Tackle and Ask here in the TMC newsroom, coming to you from San Jose, California this week. I'm talking with Raju Chekuri from Netenrich. Raju, thank you for joining me. Welcome to our program.
Good meeting you, Eric.
So how about starting off with a little bit of an overview of who Netenrich is?
Good. Netenrich has been in the business for about 6 years. We do remote IT infrastructure management services for channel. So we basically provide all the wherewithal, the tools, the technologies, the services, the people behind it in a very packaged manner so the VARs and resellers can consume them, private brand under their umbrella, and resell to the SMBs and SMEs. So the idea is, can we make VARs, be that be a 2-people team to a 100 people, 200 people, large VAR, look like a mini IBM Global Services. So the SMBs and SMEs can consume an enterprise class, SLA-driven IT services, be that in the closet or the cloud, from a local trustworthy reseller who they can touch and feel and ask for help when they need it. So that's what we do.
So what are the biggest challenges when you're trying to make a smaller VAR like that look like a giant global corporation like IBM?
Yeah, I think the most important thing is the desire for a VAR to be a service provider. Mm-hmm. And I give them an example. The best company that has cracked the code is IBM Global Services. In this economy, they're going gangbusters. They just announced $27 billion quarter, $3.5 billion revenues. Income, net income, huge, and they're minting money hand over fist. So, and I always wonder, when you have a VAR or a reseller sitting in whatever town you are, and you're technical, you're a technocrat, you're a business guy, how do we make them be a service-oriented, dipping into the OpEx piece of the puzzle, not just the CapEx, reselling hardware and software, but trying to get them into the services place are a big place. So convincing them, helping them, guiding them, goading them, providing all the support infrastructure so they can take the solution to the end customer. That's our biggest challenge. It's a huge market, very big market. Many get it, some still are working on it. And our goal is to kind of slowly, one by one, convert them into very large service providers in their own local markets.
Why can't the VARs do that on their own?
Very good question. I think many think they could, but the challenge is the technology is morphing. Today there's a cloud, tomorrow something else is going to come out, mobility is coming into closet, and within that there's all kinds of application stacks working. And to have a 5 people, 10 people, 20 people VAR hiring 10 other IT guys and creating a 24/7 NOC and buying $500,000 or $1 million worth of tool and running the operations, that's not their forte. They can't scale. Even if they can invest into it, they just can't scale because their end client base is 100 or 200 people. They're not going to have 1,000, 2,000, 5,000 clients. So we bring the scale, the scope, the breadth, the know-how, the quality, the offshore, onshore expertise, the tools and technology that needs to go happen. So that's what we do. So we're good at what we do. We want to stay focused and let the VARs focus with the end client and have the last mile touch, the relationship, the trust, understanding the business requirement, convert the VARs to act like mini CIOs and really allow us to do all the grunt work, back-end operations for them. So collectively, we're bringing the value to the end SMB at a price points they can't do themselves.
Well, so that was, I was going to ask that next. How does the financial model work with that between you and then having the VAR in the middle?
Yeah, so the idea is the end client has to get value, doing it themselves versus potentially co-sourcing to a local VAR, and we might be behind the VAR. And there are multiple tiers here, so we've got to be very efficient for all of us to make some money and yet bring price points to the end SMBs and SMEs. So typically the end client can get 50 to 30% cheaper than what he would do doing it himself or herself. But you get better service, better quality services like an SLAs and all, and responsiveness and 24/7 coverage and all. But VAR ends up making 100% markup or 200% markup depending on where they sit in the whole ecosystem and what competitive landscape he has or she has. And we end up making our money behind it. So the key is, can VAR double the revenue, triple the revenue, and become more service-oriented is our goal. And we make money from scale. We make money because we have hundreds of SMBs and SMEs and hundreds of VARs out there, right? And overall, that's the model. And then we also have distributors like Ingram and Arrow, who have relations with hundreds of thousands of VARs out there, and they take our solution and provide support behind it.
What are the biggest services that the VARs need assistance with?
Yeah, the predominant services are your standard exchanges, servers, virtualization to some extent, VMware or Citrix, a lot of databases, a lot of Cisco, Juniper network devices, firewalls, VPNs, and some application stacks. Be that be open source tools or your gaming tools, a social network application stack and all. So predominantly OS level and below is what we support. We see a new trend where a lot of these guys are kind of figuring out, do I buy that hardware, another blade, and put it in my data center or closet, or can I leverage the cloud, be that be Amazon or IBM or Terramark or Internap or a Savvis, pick a name. And our view is that's a CapEx decision, but whatever you decide, we will help operate it and manage and give the performance management for you and give a single pane of glass window so you have good visibility of what's happening. So one look and feel, if you're sitting in an Amazon cloud, or sitting in an IBM, or something in your back end, or or a desktop, all that under one big portal. That's what we do for a living. Yeah.
Excellent, Raju. It's been a pleasure talking to you. Thank you for being on the program today.
Thank you, Eric. Thanks for having us. Appreciate it.